Welcome to Trade Tour in episode 1, a series where I show you what trades I'm making, what's working, what's not, real trades with real results. Lately, I've been having a lot of days with $100 profits. Like currently I'm in a trade, $88 in profit at the moment. Should I take it out when it hits 100 or not? But for the duration of this video, we're gonna stay in this trade, and then at the end, we're gonna decide what we're gonna do with it. I had a good entry right here as soon as I woke up. The chart overall looks bullish, and in my opinion, we're gonna have a new all-time high for Bitcoin this week. Why do I think that? Because if you go to the weekly candle, you can see that we had the highest weekly close ever. It closed right here. It's above any other weekly close ever. Usually what that means, and 90% of the time, is that we're gonna have a new all-time high. Now, currently, it's about finding a good entry. I couldn't find a good entry. I fell victim to something that a lot of people do, and I fell victim to it as well, where I had a very tight stop loss and I tried to find an entry to hunt this new all-time high. 2 times I was stopped out of the trade. This time it's not gonna happen. This time we're in. Hourly candle just closed right now, and this is such a good hourly candle. It's the same as the weekly one. It closed above all the other ones here, meaning that it printed a new higher high. So we were falling down a little bit. We had a lower high and a lower low and a lower high and a lower low and so on. A trend reversal right here, and now finally we had a higher close than the previous one, which was here. Current hourly close was right here. Hope you're following along all of this, because this is why I decided to enter this long. Looking at the 1-hour chart right here, and overall the market looks good. It's just a matter of what is my entry going to be, right? Currently $100 in profits, and if we look at the daily chart, you can see how many times I entered and exited. I was scalping Bitcoin like crazy, but not just Bitcoin. I was also trading Solana, I was trading Ethereum, but the most luck, if you will, I've had on the Bitcoin scalping. Looking back, sometimes you have the perfect entries. Like this here, I did a scalp all the way back around $94,000. If I didn't scalp it, but just stayed in the trade until now, I would have incredible profits. If we look at a little bit of a larger time frame, there's this channel that I've been following for a while. So we entered this channel, when was this? All the way back, 17th of May, even earlier you can say that we entered this channel. And we've been kind of gliding in this channel up and down, where there was a lot of uncertainty in the world, a lot of doubt. But through all this, Bitcoin was tightly following this channel. Now we are at the crossroads. We're at the very top of the channel. If we look at the 1-hour chart, it's been tested. This channel has been tested a couple of times. Here we had the resistance, an unsuccessful try to break through above it. Then it broke through, retested once again, but broke below this time. So it goes up and down. It's around the edge, the upper edge of this channel. So we do want to see it break out violently above. That's kind of what I'm looking for, at least. But if we pull out another trend line like this, just to kind of see where the top of this current micro channel, if you will, is going to be, it should be around this area here. So could just do this. This is a very, very likely and possible scenario. So in this case, I would look to take profits here because, you know, in my heart, I'm a scalp trader. I like to scalp things. I don't like to stay in trades for days. I prefer to get in, stay in the trade a couple hours, get out, take profits, go home, right? Well, stay home. I'm trading from home. I like the way this trade is looking right now. At $113 profits, around 5% from my futures wallet right here, from my leverage account wallet. I know a lot of people are not necessarily into leverage. I have a bunch of beginner tutorials how you can get into leverage. That can be another episode, possibly for next week. We're gonna do these episodes every Tuesday. Current trade is going incredibly well, almost at $300 right now, and over 12% in profits. Now, I put my stop loss above my entry, so right now, even if it starts falling down, the worst that's gonna happen is I will make $100 today. So finding a good entry, having the right risk management. Right now, I have no risk management whatsoever. I don't have a stop loss, which is fine, and because I'm right here, I can act. I can close this trade, I take a little bit less, but I am out of the trade. But if I'm not here to observe, I need to have that stop loss. And that's one more thing, one more reason why I don't like to be in long trades. They stress me out. I want to be here to watch and look and observe. I don't want to have a tight stop loss and then it takes me out of the trade before I could take the real profits that I wanted to take. So I'm trading on WEEX, I'm trading on BitMart, I'm trading on MEXC. I trade on a couple different exchanges. WEEX specifically is non-KYC. You can find a link in the description down below if you do want to leverage trade yourself. Now, a lot of people are looking at the global M2 versus Bitcoin. And a big reason why they're looking into that is because we want the altcoin season. When are alts going to start pumping? Of course, it's nice when Bitcoin pumps, but when an altcoin pumps, so you're in a leverage trade, oh boy, that's awesome. Especially also for spot. For spot traders, I hold spot as well. I prefer leverage, but I do hold spot as well. So it would be nice for the altcoins to finally do something. And it looks like they just might. One of the indicators to look at what the altcoins will do is this chart right here, which is the BTC dominance chart, meaning how much of the current market does Bitcoin take up, and currently that's at 65.26%, which is a lot. Last time we had a correction, a proper correction for the Bitcoin dominance was all the way back here. You can call this move the correction, and it started in January 2021 and it lasted until May 2021. So a long time ago. From then until now, it was a little bit of sideways and only up. So Bitcoin is killing it. Bitcoin is rocking up. Altcoins lagging. They're lagging behind. And what this chart basically, its core is that Bitcoin is pumping and alts are mostly staying still or pumping very little. Big driver for this as well is Ethereum not doing its thing. We need Ethereum to pump as well. We need Ethereum to break above where it's currently in. We need Ethereum to go back into this range. We needed to retest higher highs. We need Ethereum to do that. It's very important. People think that without Ethereum pumping, alts can still pump. The way of the crypto cycle is it goes Bitcoin first, then Ethereum, then alts. That's something that's not going to change very quickly. We need Ethereum to pump. Of course, we had coins like Solana and Sui that did have their new all-time highs and they did pump. But that's very little. Look at this. When did I draw this? This was wow, this is a big cup and handle that I drew here for Solana. I wonder if it's gonna play out. Who knows? The target for that is like $2,500. I don't know when I drew this. This is a long cup and handle. Anyway, that's besides the point. We can look at some altcoins in next week's episode. For now, global M2 money supply. Printing is going to start soon, and once it does, you know what's gonna happen to the charts. They're gonna go up, same as the printing, for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's gonna be because there's more money to enter markets. Second reason is because the dollar value is dropping. As they print more dollars, the value per dollar goes down, meaning that Bitcoin should theoretically go up, because Bitcoin, you cannot just print. It's there, it's 21 million is gonna be there in total. There's never gonna be any more than that, and that's just how it is. And one of the reasons why Bitcoin pumps when the dollar gets printed is also that Bitcoin can be the safety net from this inflation. One more cool thing I wanted to show you was the top indicator, the CBBI, the cycle top indicator. We're currently at 77. So usually when you see the cycle top being around 90 to 100, or yeah, here we were at 100, so 100% confidence, and it was the top. It was the top of that cycle. It accurately predicted tops of all cycles except the last one where it wasn't really at 100%. It was at 97%. Nonetheless, it was the top. Now, we didn't break through 80, a little bit above 80. At 82, we were at 1 point. So this is not the cycle top. We're not near the cycle top. Once this indicator shows that we are at 95+%, I would exit my spot positions. I would start taking profits, you know, because I would start taking profits even sooner, honestly. But this is a very good indicator. It's not meant as investment advice. Of course, none of this is meant as investment advice. But it is a fun way of looking at the long-term price movements of Bitcoin. Very good chart to follow and overall super interesting. So the way it works is they have this algorithm that does real-time analysis of 9 metrics to help better understand what stage of the run we're in. The confidence score indicates whether we're approaching the top or the bottom of the cycle. So yes, we do have that bottom indicator, that we're at the bottom. Usually when confidence is around 1, 2, 3, we are close to the bottom. So let's see, for the last bear market, $15,800, confidence was at 3, could have dropped to 1. We could have had another drop to like $12,000, $13,000, and that would have been it. But there we go. It's pretty accurate, right? I like to look at this chart every now and again. So anyway, we're still in this trade. The title of this video said to make $100 per day. Obviously, to make the $100 per day, you need to start with an investment. You need to trade with your own money. You can't just enter with $100 and expect to make $100 per day, right? It's very risky. You would have to risk your entire $100 in order to make $100 back, because that's a 2x. To make a 2x with a Bitcoin trade or an Ethereum trade is very unlikely. What I'm going for is the 4% to 5% trades, and currently we're at 4% up. It's $94 with an entry of $2,350 for this trade. It's 15. No, actually we're at 20x leverage. Wow, I'm over leveraged a little bit. I don't like to be in a 20x leverage trade, but that's my risk. You know, it's the risk to reward ratio. If I want to put some stop losses here and take profit areas, let's say I want to put it at 107,000, my stop loss. So that's a 22% loss, right? So if I want to do a 22% potential loss, I need to have at least 3 times that in my take profit area in order to have the right risk to reward ratio, at least in my mind. I need it to be 1 to 3 minimum, if not more. So therefore 111,000, I believe, around that. No, it needs to be even more than that. 111 and 500, and that's where we're at 60%. So this is about 3 times the difference. So if I want to have the stop loss at 107, I need to have the take profit here. And then I see from my entry, if I do this take profit and this stop loss, does it make sense? Do I think we're gonna hit the upside of this? Do I think we're not gonna hit the upside of this? So let's go here and check this out. Would this be a new all-time high, actually? No, it wouldn't even be an all-time high. So this is a possible scenario, right? The stop loss is good here, because if it does hit here, we're likely to go even lower. So this is a good stop loss, but 20% is quite a bit. I don't want to risk 20%, honestly. What I would prefer to do is, because I am 100% sure that we're going to keep pumping. I'm 100% sure that we're going to keep pumping this week. Therefore, I don't necessarily need a stop loss unless I'm going to step away from my PC and just to be safe. You never know. Some news could come out that, I don't know, Trump wants to tariff Mars now, and the market's gonna drop. The market reacts poorly to Trump these days. So 22% stop loss, not ideal here, but we can keep it for now. I will look to exit the trade sometime throughout the day. I do want to scalp this. I don't want to just stay in this trade for days and days and wait for the new all-time high. Potentially, I could do that, because when I look at the profits at $1,433 for this long, that's good. That's a nice chunk of change right there. But the risk is $500, so not very happy with that. So I'm not trading with insanely big amounts of money or anything like that. You trade with the money that you're not afraid to lose. If I lose this entire amount, I'm gonna be very bummed out about it. Don't get me wrong. But it's not going to destroy me, right? So that's kind of how I look at it from a leverage trading perspective, because if I risk any money that would really bother me, that would bother me financially, then I'm gambling, then I'm not trading. I want to trade with the amount of money that if I lose it, it's okay, I can make it back. So that's where we're at right now. Trade is still doing good, about $80 in profits right now. It was 100 when we started the stream, the video. It's been going down since I started recording, so I'm gonna stop recording now so I can keep pumping. Honestly, it's unbelievable how this works. As soon as I turn off the recording, Bitcoin starts pumping, and we're still over $260 here. We're over 300 at one point that I shared here in the Telegram group. I was like, we are $324 in profit right now. Do I take it out or not? And I guess a lot of people don't want me to take it out. They want to see the profits go up. But we do have this Telegram group where I do share updates all the time, not just for trading, but all things money making related, specifically in crypto. I don't touch Web 2 stuff. Anyway, point is, the trade is still ongoing. I did put my stop loss higher. So if Bitcoin starts going down, we're going to take $180 in profits for today. So that's not too shabby in of itself. 7.65% there if Bitcoin falls back down. So I'm thinking it may fall down to retest this area here, but then again, it may not. Either way, I'm happy with that profit. I don't need to take it out now. Potentially what I could do is put it a little bit lower, so in case it does test these areas, it doesn't take me out. But then if it keeps falling, I still have $160 of profit. So that's something I'm happy with. That's something I can live with. let's keep it running. You can check the Bitcoin price when this video goes up and you will know whether I am still in the trade or not. If it's around 110K, I'm out. If it's around 107K, I'm out. So let's see what's gonna happen. Can you do this every single day? Absolutely. Absolutely possible to do this every single day. Now, one thing to keep in mind is I have been trading leverage for 4 years, and I have lost a lot, and I have made a lot, and it's been ups, it's been downs, but the main thing is that leverage trading is not something you can just get in right now and immediately be good. So trade with small amounts that you're very comfortable losing, because you will lose a lot in the beginning. So that's just one beginner tip I can give right there. Don't join signal groups. Find your own rhythm, find your own way to trade. This is mine. I like to scalp. I like to look at the 1 minute charts. I like to look at the 5 minute and 15 minute. Currently, 15 minute doesn't look too good. It needs a little bit of a correction, so I'm okay with this trade going a bit down. 5 minute looking the same. 1 minute looks like it wants to go up. The 1 minute could easily go a little bit more down, retest this, regroup, go back up. Easily can happen. So which scenario of these is going to happen remains to be seen. Will be nice to do some live streaming of all this, honestly. Yeah, that would be awesome. If, you know what? If Bitcoin goes to like 110 and I'm still in the trade, hell yeah, I'm going to do some live streaming. Yeah, that'd be fun. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next Tuesday for another trade to earn. Otherwise, we do gaming videos as well, crypto gaming and other money-making opportunities every Friday and Sunday. So those are the upload days. It is Sunday, it is Tuesday, it is Friday. I know those are weird days to pick, but I pick days based on when the most people are active on YouTube compared to the people who watch my channel. So you're active on a Tuesday, so that means I'm active on a Tuesday. All right, see you next time. Peace.